Welcome all, Boone here from EWPRO. So we got the DXY chart, it's not working at the moment, so there's something wrong with that. So we'll just go straight to the AU. We can get the AU chart back up. Okay, so still not rolling out. I'll just get my pen. So we've got the A, we get an A. I'm looking at this A, B, C in here, and then we get that larger A, B, C to finish off the B. Pretty much what I've been saying for quite a while now. On the H4, last week, there was a couple of scenarios I was going through last week. This as the larger correction was my main idea. So we were down here somewhere. And I was looking for that C up to finish off that B as a larger correction in here. And we did get that C up. But also mentioned that we get 1, 2, 3 here, then we get 1, 2, 3 here, and then we have 1, 2, 3 here. So there was also the possibility that we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in here to finish off the B wave. The B in here. But I was sort of looking for this, and we got that nice move up now. Now, is this over? Is it, like, we have to work out, is this all the correction? And we go up from here. It is a possibility. We do have that, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Sort of don't like it that it's finished because we only just broke this low here. So that's why I was looking for this larger A, B, C as a larger correction. So I am still going with this, and we get this larger C down. But we need the setup to trade that. There is no sell setup on it. So if we go down to H1, there is no sell setup on it. This chart's a little bit slow, but it's more like I got in down here. I think it was the break of this top here where I got in. It didn't quite get to my target on this one. I didn't move it to break even. I thought, well, I'll just leave it and just monitor it. And when it come back to where my entry was, I was sort of thinking, oh, I might just wait for a little correction like this and then get out and look for the sell. Instead, we got this like sharp wave up, like, and then this flag in here to buy, and I took my profit off at the 100 fib where it always was going to be. So now we're getting a little bull flag up here. I would be more inclined, like, you can take this. There's no bearish divergence. There's no bearish divergence, so you can take this flag. It's risky because you're buying at the top. You know, you don't want to be buying at the top, but you can, because we don't have any bearish divergence, you can look for this flag and buy to go and break the top. Because if you're looking for this buy here, you're saying that all this is correction and we're going to break this top over here. So that'd be your target up the top. Like, your first target would be at the high. If you take this flag, very risky. I'd be more inclined to wait if you're looking for the buys, wait for a larger correction. Wait for something, a larger correction, and then buy. Instead of buying the flags, wait for a correction and then buy. I think that'd be the safest way. Hopefully, it's a B up here, like I suspect it to be, as a expanding flat, and I'll get a sharp move down, a little bear flag or correction in here, and I'll look for that sell down to the 100 fib. I'm not in the buy anymore. I was sort of, once it broke through here and started to giving this flag up here, I was starting to think, oh, should I take this flag? We haven't got there yet because it hadn't broken, but I might give it a go. But more than likely I won't. What I'd like to see is really this nice impulse down and a little flag, some sort of a correction to give us this C down to the 100 fib, and then we can all look for that buy. If you're buying, like I said, if we're buying up here, it's very risky. Better off to wait for a correction, something like this. I'll just change the color. So I'll be more inclined, if I'm looking for the buy, I'd be more inclined to look for an A, B, C down to the 50 fib, and then look for the trend line break, little flag in here, and then look for the buy. Wait for the larger correction. Trading the flag, like I said, you can, but it is risky. EU. So EU, if we go to the daily, we'll start off with the daily. We do have an A, B, C in here. It does have bullish divergence. We got this trend line break here as well. So if we go down to the lower time frame, we do have a higher high here, and we have that bullish divergence down here. Between this low and this low, we have that bullish divergence. So this one here, it still may give us another wave down like the AU, make it more complex. Or I'd be waiting for this one. You could look for that buy because we've broken that trend line, and we've got a higher high here. It's only just broken the high, but we can sort of look for the retrace, the 50 fib retrace, and look for that buy. You need something to buy. If you're going to buy up the top here, you need something to buy before you can take it. But I'll be more inclined to buy this one. If I was looking for the buy, I'd rather buy the EU than the AU at this stage. GU, we got this C up like I was looking for in here. I'll remove that now. Now I'm still looking for that larger C down because this is so choppy in here. I can't, this is not impulsive. So I'm more inclined to think that we may get a little bit more upside up here, and then we'll get this C down before we get any more upside. If we go down to the H1, actually, I'll just go to the daily. Yeah, see, we don't have any, we just got an A, B. We don't have that C down yet on the daily. Go down to the H1. see if we're getting any sort of a setup here. We don't have any bearish divergence. So you can look, we've only just broken that top, this top over here. It's more like a double top. I dare say if we do break this top, we're going to get that bearish divergence. So I'll be more inclined to look for the short, wait for all this to be over. Whatever happens in here, we do have a trend in here. We do have a trend. So I'll be more inclined to wait for this to be over. Nice impulse down and then a bear flag to look for that sell, rather than looking for the buy. If I was looking for the buy, I'll be jumping on the Euro EU, because that looks like the best setup. We got that trend line break and stuff. So yeah, AU and GU are a little bit more messier to trade. NU broke the top, I think. Yeah, see, I was looking for move up and then a move down. It's actually gone up and broken the top. This isn't a large enough correction. If this is a Z up, this here isn't a large enough correction. So this is all internal for one wave up before we get the larger correction and then more upside. So it's very risky to buy. If we go to the H4, see, this still can be B wave, because we know that a B wave can break the top. So I will still go with that as the B wave at this stage. It's very sharp. It's pretty impulsive. We got a big impulse down here as well, so pretty risky. We got the US election still playing out. Not much happened on non-farm payroll. Pretty good numbers, but yeah, to buy this, we're going to have that bearish divergence. You know, oh, we got the bearish divergence between these two. We don't have any bearish divergence on the H4, so you can look for the buy, but I'd be waiting for something, you know, a nice larger correction before you take it. Because if you take little flags up here, if you go to the H1, if you take little flags up here, they become very risky. Now we do have this here. We've got this sharp move down, so this can turn into a running flat in here. So you might get a sharp move down, and then you could wait for an impulse up and a little flag in here to buy, rather than trying to buy these little flags. There's not really a flag on this one at the moment, but trading flags up here, usually you just get a break and then it'll come back, take you out, and it'll form a larger correction. So you have to be careful trading these flags up the tops. There is no bearish divergence, so you can, if you do get nice flags, you can give them a go. But yeah, UY. So we'll go to the daily. So pretty much what I said last week. We're getting this Z down. Here, we were down in here last week, and it only just broke this low. And we started to get this, and I was thinking, well, that can be the end of wave Z. I never got a buy on it, but fortunately, it's given that we're still in that wave Z down. So these are the targets here, the 161.8 and the 123. 0.6, which has been hit. Like I've been saying for a long time now, we do have this bear hidden in here, so this can go and break this low. Ideally it does, because if it does break that low, we know that it's a B wave. So if this does go and break the low, we know that it's going to be a B wave, and then we'll get that C up, so we can trade this C up, and then we can go and look for the sell again. At this stage, there's no way I'd be looking for sells. We're going to have like internal bullish divergence in here. Yeah, I wouldn't be looking for sells down here. So we got a like WXYX. Here was a bear hidden here, and then we got that Z down. There's no bullish divergence, so you know it's risky because we're nearly at this 61.8. So if you get flags, you can only scalp, get them to break even, and yeah, I'm more inclined to wait for it all to be over, all the correction to be over, and then look for the buy. So this week I won't be trading this unless I get a little bit more downside, nice impulse up, flag, and then I'll look for that buy. Until I get that, I'm just going to stay out of it. I'll let this keep on crawling down ever so slowly. It's been very slow. This was the idea I put out. US back in March, 24th of March. So it was a long time ago, and I was looking for that bear hidden divergence. UYH4 bear hidden divergence. And yeah, well, now we're down here somewhere. But this was the setup on here, like on the H1 chart, we got a nice break through here, get into the trade, and yeah, looks like I've got an entry there. If you want to look at it, that was my entry there for that trade. Now, there's no way I lived through all of this. You know, I got this nice impulse down and I took profit. And then we got a larger correction. There's no way I held it all through all this, you know. But yeah, I'd only be waiting for the buy now. There's just, you're wasting your time looking for the shorts. I mean, it can break this low, but I suspect that once this low gets broken, it's just going to break the low and then it's going to shoot up to give us some sort of A, B, and then we get that C up before we get more downside, more than likely. And then, well, this most likely will be the end of the move, and then we'll get a larger C up. But yeah, I'm only looking for the buys, and at this stage, there is no buy set up on it. You know, if you want to trade the bear flags, well, you know, they're going to be risky. USDJPY, the daily. So I've been looking for this C up for a long time now. We're getting the internal Z down, so we get W, X, Y, X, and Z. So we're in Z. Here's your targets here. Again, I'd be more inclined. We're going to have bullish divergence, but we're going to have a lot of bullish divergence. So we've broken this low. So we've got that bullish divergence. So there's no way I would sell this. I'm only looking for buys. There's no buy set up on it at this stage, I don't think. You virtually have to just wait. Like this can be a flat in here. So we got a W or an A, B, C, or WXY. Yeah, I'll be more inclined to wait until all this is over and then just look for that buy wherever the buy is. I mean, if you get little flags on the H, we don't have any bullish divergence, so if you get flags, you can take them, but they are getting quite risky because of the daily. We do have that bullish divergence on the daily, but if you're getting flags, you can take them just for scalps. And I'll be more inclined to wait for all this to be over, get an impulse up, and then the bull flag. That's the one I'm after to buy for that D1C up. If I get the chart up, my internet's a little bit slow today. Yeah, so I'm looking for this C up. This is the one that I want. This is the one here I don't want to miss. This impulse. UCAD. UCAD, we didn't get to the 100 fib. I was looking for this ABC, like A, B, C. It's turned into a contracting flat. Now, we don't know that it is a contracting flat yet. That's the problem with contracting flats. You will never know until it's complete. So it becomes difficult to trade when we get these, because this can be just an A, B, C, and then we get that A, B, C. So very difficult to trade this. If you do get bear flag in here on the lower time frames, yeah, you can look for the sell. It's going to be dangerous because as soon as this low here gets broken, we will get that bullish divergence. So yeah, yeah, unfortunately we didn't get that, didn't quite give us that C up to the 100 fib, or even break this top. Would have been nice if this top got broken, but now we don't have anything. We can't look at any of the divergence until this low gets broken. So yeah, it can become quite complex. Like I was saying, we can get this as, because it's a contracting flat, we can get A, B, C, and then we get that A, B, C to finish off the B wave. So at this stage, I'm pretty much going to stay out of it, because there's not much to go before it breaks this low. So the risk reward just isn't there for me. Like I said, you can look for the sells. You can wait for flags. There is no flag here at the moment. We got this sharp move up, so again we may get that running flat, you know, for the A, B, C. It's going to be quite difficult to trade. If you get a little flag, well, yeah, you can look for the sell, move it to break even, and yeah, just scalp it. You can only really scalp it. GY, I'm looking for this. Like, we got this nice impulse down. We got an A, this A, B, and I'm looking for this C up. H1, sort of, we're getting this flag in, we're getting a buy set up in here. It's a correction. This is a correction. So yeah, you have to trade as a correction. It may just be an A, B, C, and then fall over for an A, B, C, or something larger. So you have to be really careful buying at this stage. You have to trade this as a correction. If you want to learn how to trade, what the difference between corrections and flags are, by all means join the course and we go through everything. But yeah, if you're going to trade this, it's a correction, so you have to trade it as a correction. Okay. But overall, I am looking for that C up. We do have ball hidden here. So we have ball hidden. So more than likely, this top here will be broken. But yeah, you can only trade it as a correction at this stage. But I'm sort of only looking for buys, same as UY, USD Japan. I'm only looking for the buy. You know, the sells are starting to be risky. So yeah, you can look for the trade there if you know how to trade it. Trade it. If you don't, well, join the course or you know. Gold. Now gold is, we've got this cross up. So we got the cross up on the MACD. So this can be an A, B, C in here for a running or expanding flat. Before we get, I'd like this to be an A, B, C. Something larger. We need something larger to trade. Because like I've been saying on the weekly, we're looking for all corrections for a long time. I'm not expecting this top to be broken. This top can be broken because, you know, this wave may not be over. This wave Y may not be over, but I suspect it is because the wave Y went right up to the 250 fib, I think. So I'm sort of looking for this long, drawn out, you know, correction in here. So that's why I'm thinking on the daily, it's ugly. It's an ugly price action. We've got an A, B, and then sort of a three-wave C. I'm looking at this as the B wave before we get that C down. It's quite impulsive, this C. So it will look something like this. So we'll get this over here. Like I've been saying for quite some time, because this was a contracting flat, it makes it very difficult to trade because there's so many patterns. If you go over the last few weeks, you know, you'll see all the different patterns this could be. You know, there's just so many different structures this could turn into. But I'm sort of going with this as an A, B, and then we'll get that C down, and then we can all look for the larger buy to break that top. But again, that's going to take ages. You know, I suspect that this is going to go on for a couple of years, this correction. So it's just going to be a correction after correction after correction. So we get an A, B, C, then we get A, B, C, then A, B, C. You know, it can go on and on and on for a very long time. On the H1, do we have anything to trade? Let's see, I was looking on the H1, I was looking for that Z down during the week. Well, we were actually here last week. We were in here last week. We were around here, and I was looking for that Z down. We never got that Z down. Never got that trend line break to give us that sell setup for that Z down. So I can remove that. Would have been nice to get that Z down, give us something to buy. But yeah, this was your correction in here, your larger correction. So we got a WXY, so we get an X and then a Z up on the H1. So you have to wait for the correction. So ideally, you'd need something down here for a flat, running or expanding flat before you could look for that Z up. Yeah, I'm more inclined to leave the Z and just look for the sells, because we're so high up. I'm not really interested in the buys. Yeah, at this stage. Down here I would have been, but I was looking for that Z down. Never got that Z down, so yeah. So I missed out on this trade. WTI got really nice trades last week. If we go down to the M15, you'll see we got some nice trades in here. So this is what I traded last week. So I took this break in here and got the Y up. Then I added and then took everything off at this 161.8 in wave Z. So yeah, I got all that. Then it's turned messy after that. If we go down to the daily, if my chart will load, here we go. Okay. So if we go to the daily, we do have this A, B, C. It looks good. Bounced off the 100 fib, and we do have bullish divergence here. So this one here, if we do get, it's tricky because we do have possible bear hidden divergence here, so you will have to be careful of that. But we do have bullish divergence between this low and this low. But this bear hidden may play out. So you really have to wait for a really nice flag, something to buy in here, and then buy this. I'm only looking for buys on WTI. We're at such a low, you know. So I'm all out of WTI buys, so I'll wait for a correction. Give me something to buy, and then I'll look for that buy. I'm only looking for buys. At this stage, there is no setup on it. There's no buy setup. Ideally, we get something like this. Something to buy. This is your buy setup here. We want that A, B, C first. So I'm looking for a larger correction before I look for the buy. Bitcoin took off. So I'm not sure what chart it is. Yeah, so looking for this Z up. We got the Z up, but it's actually gone further. So can we look at this as some? Oh, that's a terrible looking line. So we could look at this. Start looking at this as a WXY in here, because we don't have any bearish divergence. So we sort of can start to look at this as a WXY. So that's another way I can sort of look at this. Either way, we did get that nice buy set up in here to buy this, to break that top. If you're still in it, well, you're doing well. Now, it's going to be hard, because if you're not in it already, because this is an extended wave Y in here. We're still in the wave Y. So we need this X. You have to wait for the larger correction now. Before, you need to wait for a correction similar size to this over here before you look for that Z up. You definitely don't want to be buying up here until you get that correction. Just crazy if you're just jumping into a buy up here. H1, we are getting a flag. we are getting getting a flag here. I mean, by all means, you don't have any divergence, so you can take. Well, it's not actually there. It's here. It's already broken. So yeah, you could look for this buy to go and break this top. You definitely want to be moving to break even when this top's hit. So if you're buying in here, not that there's a setup, there is no setup really, because it's gone for too long. But if you do look for the buy here, you definitely want to be moving to break even when this top gets hit, because most likely just break the top, then give some other pattern, break the top, you know, could give some sort of an ending diagonal now. It's getting risky. I'd leave this flag alone, but by all means, it is valid to take. You can take it. The stop loss here, you definitely want to be moving to break even there. And it's only a scalp. You can only scalp the buys at this stage till you get that larger correction, H4 correction. S&P. If I go to the daily, because this is tricky now. This is very tricky, because same as gold, we got a contracting flat in here. Is it a contracting flat? You know, this can turn into quite a few different structures now because it's contracting flat. So is this an A, B, C, and then we get that A, B, C down before we get the larger move? Very difficult to know. Well, we don't know until it's complete. You never know a contracting flat is a contracting flat until it's complete. So this was a good buy because we had that ball hidden. So if you got that, like I was looking at last week, you're laughing. So is this just an A, B, C before we get the larger A, B, C? We don't know. If we go down to the H1, I'd be looking for the buys. I mean, at this stage, but I'd be waiting for a larger correction before I brought down here. This was one of the trades I shared with the group last week, same with the WTI, that I brought just above this top. So I got triggered into this candle here. Then moved to break even because I had to go to bed, and I got taken out at break even. So I missed all that. I missed it all. But that's trading. You can never trade for 24/7. So You know, I got taken out to break even on this retrace here because I was asleep. I didn't get back in, so I missed out on all this, unfortunately. But that's trading. Now I just have to leave it. I virtually just have to leave it. I have to wait for a larger correction. So I need to wait for a larger correction. If it's going to give us a bull correction, well, I've got to wait for that before I can look for the buy. Or is it we get a sell setup? If we get a sell setup, you know, I will take a sell setup on it as well. So, but just got to wait for the correction. There's no way I'd be trading flags up here. Like I always say, you know, I'm looking for a 50 fib retrace. So in a correction. So I'm looking for that larger correction. So I'm looking for something, whatever it is. Hopefully it gets to the 50 fib. And then I can look for that buy. Unless it gives me a sell setup. If it gives me a sell setup, I will look for the sell as well. Ideally, for the sell, I'd want this top here to be broken. Give us a little bit more upside, and then go. Give us that larger correction before I buy. Up here now, it's just too risky for me to start trading flags. The DAX, DXY, H4. We got this, like, I'm looking at WXY. Now, if you look for that sell, like I said last week, you know, you would have got that sell. Went down to the 161.8. I think we were down here. It already hit the 161.8. And I was looking for correction for X before we get Z down. Now, it didn't give you no sell setup. Now, you have to be very careful because this here has bearish hidden divergence. There's no divergence, bullish divergence, and we have a bear hidden. So, you know, this can go and break this low before it goes. So if you're looking for the buy, you really have to wait for the correction. Just get on H1, see what we got. Yeah, so you have to wait. You can only really buy above this top at this stage. But hopefully it gives you a larger correction, something decent to trade, a larger correction, and then you could look for that buy. On the other hand, if the bear hidden is going to play out, you want a sharp move down, little bear flag or correction, and then look for that sell to break the low. We just have to wait at this stage to see what we get up here, because this will tell us what if this low is going to be broken or not. If we get this, well, more than likely this low will be broken. So we just have to wait at this stage. It's going to be risky to buy because we do have that potential bear hidden divergence. It's not confirmed. The bear hidden isn't confirmed yet. But we haven't even broken this low, this high here either. So that we, even on the H1, we have that possible bear hidden divergence on the H1 as well. So to trade this bull flag is probably a little bit risky. Better off to wait for this top to be broken and then wait for the larger correction and then buy if you're looking for that buy. Okay, so that's about it this week. Hope your trade's safe. We're going to get a lot of volatility with this US election. We just don't know what's happening there yet. So trade safe, take care, and I'll see you out there next week. Enjoy.